Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile.
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Think Different TV, where minds meet. I am your host, Lashia. What's up? What's up? What's up? I am so happy to be here tonight. Welcome to the 7th episode of Think Different TV. Season 2 is in full effect. How was y'all weekend? How was everything? Today is President's Day, so I know some people had the day off, to kind of like lounge around all day. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed y'all day today. Think Different TV is every Monday night, right here on my YouTube channel, Think Different TV. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. Y'all could be anywhere right now, but y'all choose to be right here with me. So, listen, Think Different TV could not be made possible without viewers like you and our sponsors. So let's give our sponsor some love, show him some love. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline water with minerals. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way, get you Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG at Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can call Captain at 267-707-8279. That is our sponsor. Listen, guys, shout out to Invitation by Jarrell. Queen been rocking out with me since the beginning of the show. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Also, let's share the love by sharing the live. After you share, comment hashtag Tdtv. Very important to do so. We got to share this because there's a lot of changes happening behind the scenes. So I want to just make sure that everyone is getting a chance to be edutained. All right. So let's get this party started. We're going to hop right into our Hit It and Quit It. Listen, Hit It and Quit It are trending events in music, sports, political, celebrity, and local news. So let's get into it. In music news, we got Young Thug and Gunna are getting a documentary about YSL Trail titled Rap Trap, where the debate should rappers' lyrics be used against them in a court of law when it's all just entertainment. How come the law only holds hip hop lyrics against hip hop artists? What about artists of another popular genre? Once again, they are profiting off us on both sides, and an angry black woman is at the head of the snake trying to shake hip hop down from the inside out. Here's another topic. Whack 100 posts a video that shows Jay Prince's daughter Maya shaking her baby in the crib and yelling for her daughter to shut the F up. Also, Whack 100 speaks on rappers wearing fingernail polish. She asked if it's a trendy fashion move. It's emo gothic. It's a wave going on currently. We all know hip hop has trends and phases. So shout out to Whack for asking and not judging like the other old heads that are still around. Wait a minute, I feel like there's a little bit of stab at me. Because, I had help by Treva LaFont with the Hit It and Quit It, and I feel like that's a personal attack on me. And involved in what's going on today. Understanding and adapting is what keeps people around for generations and is the downfall of a lot of artists who can't get past their own egos. I'm working on it. Playboy Cardi was arrested in Georgia on December 29th, 2022, for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend during an argument about a paternity test. His ex and mother of his child, Iggy Azalea, she quickly took to social media saying she warned this girl about him, but about him, and that he hasn't seen his son in a while because he's running from whatever problem he has in ATL. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. Let's run that back. She actually said, it's crazy, how he that nobody knew about him having a pregnant girlfriend until it was in the news that he was beating on her, and that he only sees his son when he's running from problems that he has, like he'll come to her house. That's what she said. So there may be some truth to that. And I looked at the comments and I saw that a lot of people had took issue with her even saying anything. But how many of y'all been with Pookie or Ray Ray? And of course I sound like I'm still, but it just seemed like, how many of y'all have been with a man that you had a child with, and as soon as he get hit with some stuff, and y'all are not on good terms, y'all say something about it. This ain't nothing that any other baby mom has said about any other baby dad. Like, just because I guess they're in the limelight, we're supposed to like go extra harsh on them, like you shouldn't say anything. But the same people that was commenting, I was like, you would do the same thing if you wasn't on good terms with your son or your daughter's father, or your children's father, and they got involved in some mess. You would say something about it. You don't have a public forum. You probably say it on social media, but a million people ain't gonna see it. You get what I'm saying? Because you ain't nobody, you know. But I guess they just took issue because Iggy Azalea, even though she's not in the limelight as much, she still holds a little bit of weight. So I don't know. It went a little bit viral. Fake watch buster busts YK Osiris for having a fake version of the popular Richard Mille watch. Richard Mille watch. I'm sorry. He responds with another one and throws his Rolex in the trash. And that's not a flex, sir. Um, a fan accidentally grabs Busta Rhymes' butt at an event in which he gave a speech at the Las Vegas Magic Apparel Trade Show, where he spoke to upcoming entrepreneurs. After he was leaving, a fan got a little handsy, and she claims it was an accident. He responded by tossing a drink on her for disrespecting his personal space. Wow, Busta! Busta! What? And that's my favorite rapper. What? He did that? Oh, that Busta! Come on now, come on. Um, Pharrell Williams is named men's fashion creative director for Louis Vuitton. Judge grants Drake motion to avoid deposition in the extension murder trial. Y&J has the #1 song on TikTok viral charts with his song Percocet. Blueface responds after Chris Brown sends a message to the world by using Blueface and Krishan's relationship as an example. He said he understands, but it's two totally different situations. He doesn't want any beef over it, just to talk it out. Even a former 3LW member, also a character from the Disney classic The Cheetah Girls, put her 2 cents in. We talk about Keely Williams, is saying Chris is great, but why do we support him? Because he beats women. She's still trying to open, heal, and close wounds of both parties. And Chris quickly airs her out by saying, your music is whack. Choo choo, all of you guys know what that means. And his last commentary called her Miss Amtrak. This may be response to her letting the spicy group, spicy or zesty, spicy group B2K run a train on her back in the day. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, but that is crazy. Okay. Chris Brown defends himself over his domestic violence history by making a valid point. Where are the cancel culture when it comes to these white artists? He told no lies. To be honest, cancel culture is usually headed by our female black media personnel who tear our culture down from the inside out. If you think I'm lying, count on your hand how many times white celebs have let it slip into our culture, and when they mess up, we look like it's not our business. Um, so pretty much Chris Brown just been going through a whole lot of stuff. He's been going through a whole lot of stuff. And it's just amazes me because that was back when he was 17 years old. This guy is in his 30s now. You know, Rihanna just did the Super Bowl halftime show. He just simply said, "Go girl," with prayer hands and a heart. And people blow it all out of proportion. If he don't type nothing, people say he hating. If he types something, they say, "Oh, there must be something behind him showing support." Oh, this, that, and the third. Y'all gotta realize, like before that whole situation with Rihanna and Chris Brown, they were like best friends, right? They ended up dating, you know, and what people fail to remember is that, you know, even though he did take it a lot further, that she did lay hands on him first. So I'm not. When it happened, when it came out, when the picture came out of her face and everything like that, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Chris did that. But at the same time, it's like that was years ago. Like I was still in high school. Like y'all need to let it go. Let it go. I'm not saying he was right. That's not what I'm saying. Because everybody be like, "Oh, well, you say let it go. Like he, you know, he did something, you know, like we should just forget it, overlook it." No, I'm just saying, like, people make mistakes. And he only put hands on her one time. That's all it took. It's women out here still getting beat by their mates. Tell us some, you know, Chris Brown this and Chris Brown that. But talk to your mate that's been putting on his hands on you for the past 20, 30 years. How about that? So anyway, um, so Adidas, they came back to Kanye. All right. There was a drop in their sales ever since Kanye hasn't been doing it over the past 4 months. They actually have lost $1.3 billion in revenue. So they're like, how can we work with you again to get back on the good foot? uh can we cue up Rihanna's "You Needed Me"? Siri, Alexa, they probably on their break. But yeah, pretty much that's what it is. Big Gip says Puffy hasn't had a hit since 2002, and Jermaine Dupri will smoke him in the verses. How true do y'all believe that is? Like, leave y'all comments below. Let me know um if there was a versus between P Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, who would come out victorious in that? French Montana has officially become the most streamed African-born artist in history. Remy Ma believes Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shooting verdict was swayed by the media. I think I saw somewhere that Remy Ma is going to be in a movie. I think she's going to be in a movie, y'all. I gotta do some more research into that. But I swear I just saw she was going to be in a movie with, oh my gosh, who was it? Because it looked like it's good. Like I want to go see it. I'll get some more information on it. Fans launched petition to end Halle Bailey and DDG's relationship. First of all, Y'all got too much time on your hands coming up with petitions and stuff like that. I saw the petition. That was hilarious. Y'all need to leave people alone. You need to leave them alone. Oh, I remember who it was. It's Remy Ma, Tammy Roman, and somebody else. But it's supposed to be a good movie. And it looked like it's like a little bit of suspense, scary. Like I don't know, it looked a little, like something I would watch. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. Celebrity news: fans bash Wallow and Gilly for allowing Jay Prince to speak violent statements towards Offset, but when they have any other guests that have a problem with other people in the industry, they seem to stop all the motion and say they don't allow it on their platform. But we all know hip hop has forever and will continue to be politics and connections. This isn't a good look for the $1 million worth of game. Mark your calendars for March 11th, 2023. Oh, there you go. It is in here. I did put it. He did put it in a note. March 11th, 2023. Tammy Roman, Remy Ma, and Deja Peters star in a new film, Girl in a Closet. That's what it's called. Um, it looked like it's going to be a good movie. Charleston White leaves a voicemail for Chicago rappers King Yella and FBG Wooski, saying F all their moms and kids. Yeah, that was crazy. I was listening to it. I was like, who just leaves a random voicemail for someone? Like, there was no reason for all that. Charleston White needs to sit down somewhere. Okay. Wide neck, y'all. Listen to this. Wide neck is back in the news, and this time for the baby mom claiming he got famous and left her and her 4 kids. He quickly responded by admitting he left but takes care of his children, showing live receipts, and said he left because he has too much going on for himself to live in the hood around people who don't have much. And he's not wrong either. Most situations go down when celebs or artists are back home thinking it's safe when it's not. Actually, I'm going to say because like I said, Triple FI has done a great job of helping me with my notes and everything like that, getting everything ready for the show and whatnot. But I have something to say about this particular situation. So both of them showed up on Kendra G Media, her show singles live on, I think it's on YouTube, and she is on Instagram, and I think it's even on Facebook. Now, first, the baby mom was on there, and she said he doesn't take care of his kids. He doesn't send anything. She felt some type of way when he started getting fame. He let the fame go to his head, And it's crazy. You got famous because your neck is humongous. You didn't even do anything productive or anything in your life. You've been in and out of jail. That's how they got the picture of you, because it was a mugshot. And it's crazy how people get famous off of stupid stuff like that, right? That's number one. But then she was saying, he doesn't take care of his kids. Now he fires back and he gets on Kendra G's show and he's talking about how, he said in order for him to grow as a person and to do better in life, he had to get out of the hood, which is true. Because he said a lot of the people in the hood wasn't about nothing but going, being in and out of jail and stuff like that. And he wanted to get out of that lifestyle. And he said that his baby mom was not trying to leave. Now, I don't know how true that is because I didn't see no response from her about that, what he said. But if you're like, come and move with me somewhere with no plan, I can see why she would pause, like, I don't think I want to leave. She probably got a job there, a stable job. She probably don't want to leave because of that, not because she want to just stay stagnant with her life, But apparently he's engaged or he got a new wife or whatever, and she was in the background while he was on live, and he showed receipts. Yes, he showed receipts, but I don't think 20 dollars here and $30 here and maybe $100 here is going to help feed 4 children. So yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, moving on. Judge Mathis and the People's Court were recently canceled by Warner Brothers after more than 2 decades on the air. I'm very sad to hear this. I hope that, Judge Millian, I didn't even know Judge Mathis was still on. I'm being perfectly honest with you. I thought I was just watching a whole bunch of reruns. But um, Judge Millian, she need to get on the good foot and be like Judge Judy and get on Paramount or Peacock or whatever the P joint that she on, and be on a streaming device so she can, continue her show, because people gonna always try to be on People's Court. People always gonna try to sue people, so it just makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Litigation will never die. You want to capitalize on something that's gonna always be there, and they found their niche. So I just hope that she stays with it. If not, they both had a really great run. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Jen Shah, um, or Shah surrenders to prison to start a 6.5-year wire fraud sentence at the Texas federal prison camp Bryan and Bryan. She originally faced up to 50 years in prison, so they cut it back a lot. So she only going to do 6.5 years, but still, that's crazy. In sports news, I agree. Trevo, we agree on something. NBA All-Star Weekend sucked. All right. I watched it a little bit. Um the teams, the team Rooks, team uh team Rooks, team I call them the A team because I cannot pronounce that last name. Okay, you had 3 brothers on the same team. I was not about to pronounce that. And I guess the last one was like Team Utah or something like that, because from Salt Lake City, the Utah Jazz or whatever, or Team Jazz or something. I think it was Team Jazz. But I think Team Jazz took it in the competition, but it was just like nobody was hitting their shots. I was just like, what's going on here? Really, I could at least hit a shot. Like, what in the world? In a white guy won the dunk contest. I guess white men can jump, right? Oh, speaking of white men can jump, there's gonna be a new one coming out. If it hasn't already come out. But I don't think it's gonna be in the theaters or anything like that. I think it's like on a streaming program. But yeah, it was not entertaining at all. I was like, why are we still watching this? Like, my dad loves All-Star Weekend and he loves to watch it, and he just was not entertained at all. He was just like done. In other news, Houston hotel clerk pulls handgun on a thief armed with rifle and fires it as he retreats. A man accused of throwing a toddler in the Ohio River was attacked by the boy's father on Thursday in a Hamilton County courtroom. Thieves in Las Vegas stole a catalytic converter from an Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile. Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile. They are worth between $300 and $3,500. When sold as scrap to your local wrecking service, people have been getting their catalytic converters stolen all over the place. MSU shooter has reportedly shot and killed himself. Unalived himself after being approached by MSP. According to police scanner reports, the shooter left 3 people dead and 5 injured. 41-year-old California doctor Dharmesh Patel was charged with attempted murder of his wife and their 2 young kids because he's the one that drove over the cliff in the Tesla. And they fell 250 feet, but guess what? All of them survived. So, but he was charged, but then She didn't want to follow through. The wife didn't want to follow through with the decision to press charges for some reason. But he was charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and could face up to life in prison. El Paso shooting leaves 1 dead and 3 injured at a food court. 4 years later, 23 people. Oh, 4 years after, 23 people were killed in a clear racist attack in another mass shooting in 2019 at the Walmart next door. The two suspects were taken into custody shortly after, so they were able to be taken into custody, but they wasn't shot to death. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Alabama Walker County Jail officials allegedly placed 33-year-old Anthony Mitchell in a restraint chair in a jail walk-in freezer in the kitchen for hours as punishment. He died on January 26, 2023 from hypothermia. So yeah, they put him in a chair, restrained him, and then put him in the walk-in freezer, and he froze to death. 35-year-old Detroit woman Nalita Washington dies while giving birth to her 12th child, and her grandmother steps up to raise her kids. The comments were crazy. A lot of people were saying, well, how the grandmother going to step up? What happened to all the fathers? She had 12 children by one man, and that one man went to prison shortly before she gave birth. So they started a GoFundMe. Apparently she didn't have any life insurance. Also, y'all remember Miss Holla? Miss Holla, the 90-year-old grandmother that was like TikTok sensation, Instagram sensation, social media sensation. Apparently she passed away, right? Some time ago, and her relative started a GoFundMe for her because she didn't have any life insurance. And she said she was getting a lot of backlash from people saying, how y'all going to have a GoFundMe? Shouldn't she have had money? And they were saying, simply those TikTok followers and all that, that doesn't make any, that she wasn't even monetized on Instagram or anything like that. So yeah, so doesn't even really matter about her social media following because it didn't make dollars. You get what I'm saying? So she has to start a GoFundMe, and a lot of people was like, well, why didn't y'all put it in? Listen, I'm just saying like this. While you're young, if you are within the sound of my voice, while you're young, like 25, 26, even if you don't have no kids, get life insurance. Please, just get some life insurance. Make that necessary. Don't make it like a extra bill that you don't feel like taking care of. Because a lot of y'all do it right. Y'all can get life insurance, a nice amount of life insurance for $17 a month. But y'all keep playing around, y'all keep wasting time. And I'm not trying to wish death on nobody. I'm just saying be prepared. Be prepared. If you ain't got no kids, that cost is gonna go towards your parents. Do you love your parents? Do you want all that cost to fall on their shoulders? You get what I'm saying? So stop doing it. Stop doing that to your family. Stop leaving them in the lurch. Especially that 35-year-old. They with the whole GoFundMe and everything like that. How you having popping out babies and you don't have any life insurance? I'm sorry. Condolences to the family. It's very unfortunate that, she passed away giving birth to her child. Yeah, nobody expected her to die. That's why you have life insurance. Because for your car, right? You don't expect to get in an accident, right? But you still go and get insurance for your car. So why not get insurance for your income? All right. I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but we're going to move on to the next one. Nick Davis calls himself a trophy husband with his 3 wives that work while he stays at home. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Tooth fairy inflation has parents putting $20 bills under their kids' pillows now, according to a new study. I'm sorry, I ain't put no money under my kid's pillow. First of all, every time he loses a tooth, he loses the tooth. Like, I don't know where his tooth is, and I buy him stuff anyway, so it don't even make any difference. Male contraceptive pill shows huge promise in mice trials and could be a game changer. Um, so here we go again. But they're gonna work on rabbits next, and then they're gonna try them on humans. Apparently what's supposed to happen is supposed to like stop the sperm or something, or like freeze it or slow down the sperm so that it don't even make its way to the egg to create life. So that's what it's supposed to do. I feel like it's gonna have all them side effects like heart disease, vomiting, this, that, and the third, all this crazy stuff that could be a result of it. Um, I don't know. I just find it a little funky. Um, but if it's a proven contraceptive and it works, I know a lot of people was like, how's the rubber thing gonna keep people from having babies? And they probably was, doing the same thing about condoms, the same thing about female um pills, the same thing about a lot of the stuff that we have. So I don't know, let it come out, let it get on the market, and and we'll see. Um, I just hope it don't have any like hormones in it, and men start having these hormones and it has estrogen in it, you know, and it just make everything all crazy and stuff. All right, enough of that. They're hit it and quit it for a reason. All right, so um, four black girls, all under the age of 17, were caught on video beating, torturing, and stumping out an Asian family on a Philadelphia train. The girl wouldn't let them borrow her iPods, aside from being charged for aggravated assault, ethnic intimidation, criminal conspiracy, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and disorderly conduct charges. And with one was hit with an additional count for robbery for trying to steal the AirPod. Um, Unfortunately, drama and backlash ensues because Shell Bell, Miss Hollis. Oh yeah, I already talked about that. An Augusta man, 25-year-old Corey Rollins, is facing a sexual assault charge after police said he licked the feet of a 7-year-old boy at an indoor adventure called Urban Air Adventure. He was arrested shortly after being spotted in a fenced-in area where the children play. First of all, what? Where are these kids' parents at? He was in there. He said he wanted to tickle the boy's feet, took the boy's socks off, licked his feet. What is going on? What is really going on right now? I just don't know anymore, y'all. I think I'm just gonna have to lock my son up in the house and he'll never be out in public. Um, a 22-year-old Alaskan woman, Denali Brimmer, pleads guilty to killing her best friend in 2019 after a $9 million offer from a man who catfished her online. She killed her on a hike at Thunderbird Falls in Chugiak, Alaska, Alaska, accompanied by another friend, Caden McIntosh, which was a setup where they both duct taped, then shot her in the back of the head, took photos and sent them to the supposedly millionaire from Kansas named Tyler. He told her he will reward her after he sees the photo and video evidence. Crazy. That sounds like some Saw type stuff, like purge type stuff. Like, I have a mission for you. Kill your best friend. I'll send you $9 million. First of all, and then the sad thing about it is that friend is probably like damn, looking down like, wow, I really got killed for the promise of getting $9 million. Not even this chick got the $9 million. She didn't even have it in her hand. And she said, okay, I'll do it. The heck? In local news here in Philly, here we go. The Days Inn Hotel on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philly was just recently forced to pay a $24 million lawsuit that had to be split between 8 black Philly teenage girls and the owner, who helped 3 Philly sex traffickers to repeatedly hide and sell teenage girls for sex to men while lying to cops, detectives, special victims detectives, and the families whenever they showed up to the hotel looking for them. Temple University police officer killed in shooting near campus. Police later that week arrested 18-year-old white male from a wealthy suburb who had been posing online as a gangster. Looked like he's about to find out how gangster he is really soon. After he's taken into custody, he's definitely going to get it up the butt. I'm just saying, either that or he's going to get unalived, one or the other. The boy that he killed was 24 years old. 24-year-old, just trying to make a living, not the most glamorous job in the world, the stigma of cops and just authority, uniform authority in Philadelphia, period, is, but this guy was not even like, what was you even doing in that neighborhood? He was trying to steal a car, and the cop told him, stop, don't do that, and whatever. And the dude just shot him. Like, what? Very sad, very unfortunate. My condolences to the family. 37-year-old mom working as pizza delivery driver Robin Monique Ellis has vanished in Southwest Philly. So where is she? She has been missing since 2003. And they're still looking for her. It's 20 years later, she's been gone. So this is definitely a cold case, but I hope it warms up very soon with new tips coming forward. And political news, destroying ATMs, breaking into banks, and setting up blockades in the street. Angry protests erupted on February 15th, 2023 in several cities across Nigeria as people struggle to get their hands on newly designed banknotes. Frustration is mounting as some citizens can't purchase basic necessities amid widespread shortages of the new currency just a week ahead of the 2023 general election. Saturday and Sunday, March 4th and 5th, the Soul to Soul Tour is in AC. Kim Ledesy and special guest Music Soul Child will be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. www.raphooks.com. Raphooks, a platform created by Uncle Marvin Music on IG, is where you can take courses on creating hits, branding, streaming, social media marketing, music marketing, learning how to monetize your platforms, landing placements, and major playlisting, collaborating with any artist, producer, or engineer 24/7 worldwide, and showcasing your talents to the world. Follow him and tell him Treville Lafayette sent you, and get started today on taking your music career to the next level. Rap Hooks works with us, not for us, and that is our Hit It and Quit It. So, y'all, tonight we have a topic for you. Okay, now, I actually debated on. I'm sorry, I gotta adjust my chair. I was actually debating on what topic to do tonight because I was a toss up between two of the topics, but I feel like I really wanted to do this one because it's something that I can speak on a little bit more fluently. All right. Now, real quick shout out to my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water, keeping me hydrated. I got it in my Think Different TV stainless steel travel mug. All right. Let me take a sip. Cause I be getting parched, y'all. So today's hot topic is a very spicy one, and I can't wait to get some feedback on it.
I'm coming in hot.
All right, y'all. So here it is, right? So our topic tonight is my significant other or my family. I want y'all to ponder on that for a moment. My significant other or my family. Now, the question I want to ask you, could you be with your significant other if they do not get along with your immediate family? How do y'all feel about that? I want y'all to drop it in the comments. While that is up, I'm going to head over to my Facebook fam and I'm going to let them know, hey, we are live right now. There has been some technical difficulties, so we're gonna get it together. We are going to get it together, honey. But how do y'all feel about that? My significant other or my family? Now, how many of y'all are choosing your significant other? How many of y'all are you choosing your family? Doesn't matter if you're married, not married, if you're together for a significant amount of time. There are a lot of factors as to why the two don't get along. You know, you would think when you're in a relationship, you know, your family and your significant other would get along for the sake of you. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, they should love you and not want to cause a rift or you know, be at odds with one another. Uh and that's the crazy thing about it is that, you know, some people are so stuck in their ways they can't see that it's hurting you as the person that's in the middle in this tug of war. If y'all look at the picture right now, this is actually a picture from a story that I saw on Pinterest. Uh, Pinterest, no, not Pinterest, on Reddit. And this guy was talking about how his sisters do not get along with his wife. Now, I think when you get married to somebody, it's a little bit different, you know, because you want to make sure that um you're truly stuck in the middle because of the fact that you're married to this person and this person is your family, right? Because y'all married. So you don't want them to feel no type of way around your family or anything like that. But what if your family like really don't like your significant other? Like really don't like them. I want to know what would y'all do? Let me jump to the comment. Of course, we got Chivila Farrer in the building. We got Ronnie in the building. He said first. Hey Lashia, what's up, Ronnie? Chivila Farrer said, welcome to Think Different TV. And as always, he's hashtagging Tdtv because I know he's been sharing. Try is in the building. He said, what's up, Lashia? What's up, Try? I know you're here so you can you know, get back to being the champ. You kind of left me hanging last week. It's okay. I still love you though. Even with that ugly Giants hat that you probably gonna be wearing tonight. But yeah, like how would y'all he said what's some tail tonight? Okay. Okay. he talking heavy, y'all. He talking mad heavy. So here's my thing, right? Here's what I get from it. Some people who have a toxic family, right? They don't really care if their significant other gets along with their family because they don't get along with their significant family. their family. They don't get along with their family, so they don't care if their significant other doesn't get along with their family. Now, there are situations where someone, the person that is in the middle, uh, is in, like, they have a toxic family, but they still get along with their family to a certain extent, and they don't notice that their family is toxic, but their significant other on the outside looking in can see that there's certain things that the significant other's uh, family is doing that is causing their partner to be in distress. Like after they get off the phone with them, they're like, you know, depressed, or not even depressed. Let's just say they're flustered. They get irritable after they finish talking to this person, or they don't really want to go to family functions like that because they know there's going to be some BS, or it. But the thing about it is like, I think in that case is like, some people will be in a relationship with somebody, and when they see that going on, they either could be the peacemaker, or they are the person that stirs the pot and makes it worse. Now, how do you make it worse? I don't think a significant other should ever confront, and vice versa. I don't think they should ever confront the person face to face if they see something's going on. In other ways, like, let's say the person get along with their family, and the family sees that when this man or this woman is with this person, that they're not themselves, they're very, not in a good way. That's just them being concerned and everything like that. I don't think it's necessarily a thing where they don't get along with them, but they are trying to open their eyes. Now, there's some cases where people just don't like people, like like, for example, they be like, she a whole, thotty. I know her. She got a bunch of bodies under her belt. Why are you with her? Or the guy may not be, he may not have a lot of money, and or he might come from the wrong side of the track. And the dad be like, I don't think you should be with him because he's from the wrong side of the track. So I want to see what we got here. So Try said, I think it's more about who you love that's important in that relationship. Even if family don't like your significant other, unless the significant other is abusing the family member. All right, I like it. I like it. Um, and he said, you love who you love. People aren't perfect, and that's absolutely true. Try. People are not perfect. You know, um, we want people to have this, we want our family and we want our significant other to have this, they it's an ideal situation that they want to be in, but sometimes that may not be the case. Now, why did I say that I could speak on this? Okay, so being with my son's father, I felt like after some time it was a little bit of discourse between the two. Me and him was having discourse too. So it was just like, after everything we went through, my family didn't really, you know, they got along with him. Oh crap, I scared myself. They got along. Got something outside my face. I think it scared myself. I think it was my hair. Um, they got along with him for the sake that he was my son's father, right? But at the same time, in the back of their mind, they was remembering everything that he did, right? Um, I'm sure his mom probably feel the same way about me. I just felt like we could not be together because of our own personal stuff. But like, if we try to reconcile whatever, it wouldn't work because there was too much bad blood. and no, we're not still together. But there was too much bad blood um between us at one point, and then once we resolved it, all of that, it was still like a stain on the relationship between. Now they get along for the sake of, all right, let me pick up. He goes picks up my son from my mom and dad, because I'll be in church, and then by the time I get back, he already come pick him up. So he's picking him up from my mom and dad's house. So it's like, they got to get along to some extent. You get what I'm saying? Um, and the crazy thing is, my parents are not bad people. And he's not a bad person. You get what I'm saying? But everybody had their ways, right? But I just knew it wouldn't work out because it was too much of a stain our on that relationship. You get what I'm saying? There's too much on the relationship between him and my parents, the dynamic between me and his mom. It was all weird. It just, it was not going to work. Um, and Try said a toxic relationship is never good when kids are involved, and you are absolutely right. When kids are involved, it's like you just don't want to deal with the headache and the stress of it all. Um, but here's my take on it too, y'all. And I'm going off my notes because I want to just talk straight to y'all and just not read, even though sometimes it keeps my stuff in line because I can go on a tangent. But I feel like I'm pretty good on this, pretty solid. So one thing that causes the discourse between the significant other and the family is the person in the middle, right? One of the factors is that the person in the middle is having discourse with their family, and then they're telling their significant other, and then they having discourse with their significant other, and then they're telling their family. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you can't poison the well. You can't go, oh, she had the nerve to say that I need to do this, da, da, da. Like, make it, don't ever make your family. I like to make it a blank slate. I want people to come to the conclusion that they're gonna come to about that person. You get what I'm saying? I don't ever want to be the person to poison the well. Whatever, my mom and dad draw about a person that I'm dating, I want them to draw it from what they see, what they observe, not anything that I've told them. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you do that, when you poison the well, you're just asking for trouble. You're just asking for trouble. And sometimes that person in the middle could very well be the toxic person. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to get along because when they don't want to go to family functions, they want their significant other to agree with them wholeheartedly with no, because because there's people out there who get in relationships and they get along better with their significant other's family better than their own family, and they want to go and hang with them and everything like that. But that it may not be the case for the person that's in the middle. They might be like, I don't want to be around that, around my family. Like, you can go over there, but I'm not going over there. And sometimes, in some cases, the family sometimes likes the significant other more than they like the person that's in the middle. you know. Um, uh, Try say your mom probably don't like me already because she lost the quiz to me. No, she loves everybody. She loves everybody. And she probably does like you to Try. Just don't let it happen again. Say no. She was mad at me for a while. She was like, I knew I didn't want to play that stupid game. But the thing about it is, y'all, because I am close with my family. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't get along with my family for whatever reason. And make me feel like I'm in the wrong because I want to hang out with my family. I want to do stuff with my family. Like I shouldn't have to choose between my significant other and my family. When you get married, that's a big step. You get what I'm saying? So all them lines, you know, filling out and seeing, if man, there's stuff that can happen in a relationship, in a marriage that can change the dynamic. But for the most part, if you're getting to that point where you're married or whatever, now there might be some times where I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to like stuff you cannot change about yourself, like your ethnicity, your religious beliefs and all that stuff, and that's the reason why the family don't take to you, or whatever, that's a cross they have to bear. You get what I'm saying? If you're being your authentic self, and you like, if you're black and you're dating a white guy and he has a white family, and then the family is like, you know hating you simply because you're black, you know what I'm saying? But you like try to say, you love who you love, right? So it's very difficult at times to gauge how that will all play out. I just know from my own personal that I wouldn't want to be with somebody that don't get along with my family. Um, like I said, if my family don't like my significant other for some reason, for something he cannot change about himself, like let's say I brought a white guy home, but my parents are not racist. They don't care. They care that I'm happy, right? But if they were those type of parents that just was like, I don't like him because he's white, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. Like guess who's coming to dinner type stuff. Um, I would have to be with my spouse on it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, this is crazy. Like I wouldn't let my family dictate. Yeah. But if it's something like they get into a fight or something like that, or my family has a valid reason to not like my significant other, or my significant other has a valid reason, I it's a very tricky situation. It's a very tricky situation. There's so many ways to go about it. I'm playing all these scenarios in my head, and I just feel like if I'm not married to the person, it'll be hard for me to side with them every time. It will be hard because I love my family. Um, Try says, is it hard to balance time for family and friends in a marriage? That's a good question. Um, I've never been married, and I wouldn't know the answer to that question. But I'm sure there are people out there who have been married and they can answer that question. Um, Now, being in a relationship, sometimes it's hard to balance family and friends in the relationship too, which I have been in. I have been in a relationship where, it was hard to balance family and friends, especially on holidays when you gotta figure out like whose house you gonna go over and this, that, and the third. It just get real crazy. Try said, what happens if the loving is too good to leave them, but you're torn between your family and your significant other? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so you talk about the physical connection. You talk about like the physical connection, the loving, right? Um, it'll be hard because the thing about it is this: if first of all, I'm not gonna just break up with somebody because they don't get along with my family. That's not what I'm saying. I say it would just be difficult because I wouldn't want to have you gotta go over your family's house again, or like giving me a whole problem whenever I want to go see my family, right? Um, if if his loving is good, um, I would try to mend fences because I want to be with you and I want to maintain a connection with my family. Maybe it'll be a thing where he just doesn't go with me when I go to family functions and anything, but he won't cause any discourse either. But I just feel like that just opens the door for so many other things to come in because that's the first step, like to because first they not going to family functions, then they at home they trying to find something to pass the time while you with your folks, and then they start doing some stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing. Not necessarily cheating, but just getting into stuff they're not supposed to be getting into. Like gambling or or cheating or just simply just doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing while you're with your family. So could I be with somebody that don't get along with my family? In certain cases, yeah. In certain cases, no. If it just is too far beyond repair and I feel like it's going to mess with my because because listen to this. You will always get another significant other, but you can't replace your family. You can't get another sister. Well, I got a sister, a brother, a mom, and a dad. I can't replace my sister, my brother, my mom, and my dad. I can't get another, you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I wouldn't want it to come to that. But if I had to choose and it was really over something dumb and they just couldn't get over it, I would have to let my significant other go. I would have to let my significant other go. You know, I think about it all the time. Like I only had one mom, one dad, one sister, one brother. God forbid anything happens to them. You get what I'm saying? So, but a significant other, with the divorce rate and the marriage rate going way down because people ain't getting married no more. It's like, why should I be with somebody that we all can't be in harmony? Why? I don't want no drama in my life. Try says facts and Trevel says I dig it. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap up the topic for the night. That was just something that I wanted to bring up and discuss really quickly. I don't have any like video clips for it. I did, but I just felt like it didn't really bear anything on it. It wouldn't have educated you guys or entertained you guys too much to see all the different things. Now there are people that have horror stories about how they don't get along with their significant others, um, family, and how it really messes with them. But at the same time, the question really is could you be with somebody? Because obviously these people are sticking it out because a lot of the videos I was finding was of people married. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't finding a lot of not married or people that haven't been together for a long, long time. It was like a lot of people that was with somebody for a significant amount of time. And that's why they were able to contribute to the conversation in a way where it was an actual conundrum. But if I just started dating you and you got beef with my family, kick rocks. Like it would be weird because you haven't been even dating me that long. How do you have beef with my family? You know what I'm saying? It's weird. But anyway, guys, that was my hot topic. I hope y'all got a little something from it. All right.
I'm coming in hot.
So this next one, this is our music discussion. The next segment is the music discussion. And I wanted to get y'all thoughts on this because I thought this was crazy. It's been going on for a while now. Um, the Grammys was what, 2 weeks ago? And just to give you a little bit of backstory, so at the Grammys, they had a segment where they were honoring 50 years of hip hop. Now, number one, why are they only getting like a short amount of time? Why wasn't this like an hour long or 2 hour, special? Well, not 2 hours, but like an hour special on all the different hip hop artists that have contributed to hip hop and the culture and all of these different things. Why didn't we do that? All right, we already had, I believe, Rolling Stone or Billboard. I think it was Rolling Stone come up with a 50 top 50 hip hop artists in the history of time or whatever like that. And now we at the Grammys had a segment where they honored 50 years of hip hop, and LL Cool J spearheaded it. You know what I'm saying? Why am I thinking? Questlove did the music, so shout out to him. So it was a lot that was going on in this segment. One of the things that happened was Scarface was on there. Scarface is from the group Ghetto Boys, right? And Willie D had a lot to say about him doing the performance. Not because Scarface went to the Grammys and performed at the 50 years of hip hop segment. He wasn't mad because of that. He was upset because Scarface went, and even with all the hits that Scarface has had as a solo artist, he decided to go to the Grammys and perform Mind Playing Tricks on yeah, Mind Playing Tricks on Me. No. Yeah, I'm right. He decided to do that song, which is a Ghetto Boy song. All right. And that's the equivalent of Beyonce being invited to do like a tribute to uh, R&B groups, female groups back in the day, and Beyonce shows up. She's the only one that shows up, and Kelly doesn't know about it, Michelle doesn't know about it, or they didn't even know she was performing. They heard about it, but they probably would have asked like, hey, are we part of this too? Because we was one of the dominant female groups of yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? It's like Beyonce going to this thing and with her extensive catalog as a solo artist deciding to do a Destiny's Child song without Kelly or Michelle. Now, would that happen per se? No, because I believe that their sisterhood is so strong and they're so connected that wouldn't even went down. Why did this go down between Scarface and Willie D? So let me go jump in the comments real quick before I play this clip. Here we go. Try said the Grammy segment should have been longer towards the end of the show, but let's be real, they never acknowledged hip hop in the Grammys till Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith won in 1989. All right. And he also said Willie D needs to stop complaining. Scarface represents the group. Just be glad you were part of it. Woo. All right. Well, I'm going to play these video clips, and then y'all can give me the feedback of what y'all saw. This first clip is coming from the Art of Dialogue, which is a page on Instagram, and they had a longer clip of what went down on the Ghetto Boys podcast, which is also on YouTube and But they talk about some other great stuff on it, but this was an interesting topic that I thought we should discuss for the music discussion. So I'm just play it. Let me shut up.
Elephant in the room.
You already know. You feel like you were slighted.
Slighted?
Yeah.
I feel beyond slighted. Like, what I'm trying to figure out is, first of all, like, I asked you Wednesday when we left here, I said, what you got for the weekend? You said, I'm finna go fuck with this Grammy thing. I said, all right, man, safe travels. Because, that's how we do it. Saturday come, I'm online, and an article comes across about the Grammys. And I see Ghetto Boys' Scarface in the line.
Let me see that.
I don't have it now.
I want to see where it says Ghetto Boys Scarface.
No, no. This is what it said.
I don't want to never get Ghetto Boys and Scarface intertwined ever, because I don't need Ghetto Boys to be Scarface. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So if it said Scarface, Ghetto Boys, or Scarface, or any of that shit two together, then they wrong for that. Yeah. Because I can stand on my own 2 feet with no Ghetto Boys.
And this is why what was so baffling, because everybody knows that, right? You carved out a place in history for yourself. You were so good at what you did as a solo artist. You get that. Can't nobody deny that. So ain't no hate, ain't no jealousy whatsoever. Remember, I'm the one that said, hey, man, you ought to call yourself Scarface. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna never hate on you. Never. I mean, when I see you winning, I see Ghetto Boys winning, because we are a group. So when somebody start talking about Scarface standing on his own, I said to myself, well, Scarface got enough hit songs where he don't need to be doing a Ghetto Boy song. He could have just done a Scarface song. If you would have done a Scarface song, that would have been different. A Scarface song is a Scarface song. That's on Scarface's catalog, not Ghetto Boys' catalog. And to do a song that's from the Ghetto Boys catalog, My Mind's Playing Tricks, a song that I co-wrote, and to not have me included in that moment.
Let's go back to how the song came about too, because you did have a verse on that record. Those 3 verses, we all know where those 3 verses and that music came from. You put another verse on it. But do you recall back when you heard that song and Jay was trying to get you to rap on that motherfucker that you didn't like it? Do you remember that?
I don't know if I didn't like the song, but I didn't think it was anything phenomenal.
Okay, well, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I think about it, it's a lot of shit that I do that's phenomenal. And I think that the reversal of trying to put that shit on me because you didn't go there to the Grammys is fucked up. Because my phone rang. Okay? And if a motherfucker didn't reach out to you, it's not my fault. So don't put that shit on me, Willie. That's not cool. Okay. I'm not cool. And if I perform that song, I don't get mad when you go out and perform that song, bro. And I wouldn't even give a fuck if you got the call. That's not how I'm made. Like, I don't care about that. Have you ever went out and performed My Mind Playing Tricks somewhere before without me?
Many times.
Okay, well, me too.
Now, I understand that it was short time. But here's where I'm at with that. For something like that, for you to sit across this table from me weekly and knowing that you finna go to the Grammys and perform that song.
Let me hold up, time out.
Okay.
I didn't know I was gonna do that song.
At what point did you know?
When I got there.
Okay. So, all right. Okay, so you know you didn't know you was gonna perform My Mind's Playing Tricks.
I had no clue.
But when you found out, did you even think to say, man, this is a big moment? I'm performing the Ghetto Boys song, something that me and Willie D wrote. Yeah, I wrote 3 verses, but Will wrote 1. He was on the song. Mm-hmm. He is a Ghetto Boy. They want a Ghetto Boy song. Did you think for one moment to say, yo, Will, even if time was running out on you, you didn't think for one moment to say, man, let me just at least call Will and let him know what's going on. It ain't cross your mind to say that?
It didn't cross my mind, Willie. It didn't cross my mind.
We're talking about at the Grammys for a 50-year tribute. Now listen what I'm saying. First of all, let me say this.
It's all my fault.
But let me get this.
All my fault.
But let me get this out the way.
No, you win.
No, let me get this out the way. No, I'm gonna speak on it.
I shouldn't have got on the plane. I shouldn't have went to the Grammys.
I
shouldn't have got on stage. I shouldn't have rapped that song. I shouldn't have walked off stage. And I shouldn't have got back on the plane and came home. It's all my fault, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna speak on this though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak on this. So you ain't finished.
I'm so fucking glad that they called me, Willie.
I'm gonna speak on.
I'm so glad that Quest reached out to me to do that motherfucking song, bro. I'm happy about that shit.
I'm sure
man.
you are.
I'm glad people got a chance to see me, man. Because people don't really get the chance.
I'm sure you are.
They don't really get a chance to.
Ass nigga. So
you a selfish ass nigga, Willie.
So.
You way more selfish than me.
I would have never done no shit like that.
Well, I don't know, bro.
I would have never done no shit like that. The moment was too big, bro. The moment was too big.
I don't. It's not a big deal to me. It's been times and like. Do you remember the last time you did when you did the dome,
the rodeo?
I didn't do that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, but you had that choice.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
You had a choice. It was your choice.
I didn't do it.
It was your choice.
Okay.
You decided that you didn't do it because you didn't want to do it.
But you did it.
You was given a choice.
But you did it.
I did it because I was given a choice. We communicated, remember? From day one, when you found out, I found out, we got on the phone and we communicated.
Okay.
So we didn't do that with this.
So what y'all think? After seeing those clips, are you team Willie D or team Scarface? I'm interested to know. I could get from both sides. I can get why Scarface did what he did, and I can get why Willie D did what he did, why he reacted the way he did. Willie D was more hurt over the fact that he had to find this out, via watching the Grammys. He did say that Willie D did say that Scarface said he's about to go do the Grammy thing over the weekend, and he didn't, ask more questions like, okay, what exactly are you going to do? You going to go party? Are you going to just hang out there? Or now I don't know how it is at the Grammys. I don't know if people go every year just to party or, because that could be a reason why he didn't question them. But I still would have asked. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, Scarface said he didn't know he was doing that until he got to the Grammys, which I felt like that was a little bit of a lie. How you don't know what you're doing until you get there. Like, and the way Questlove is set up, like he gotta jam all this music. Being the MD, he gotta jam all this music into a short amount of time. He has to know, okay, I'm going from this to 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 this, and and so I know with him being the MD, it was live music, so I don't know. Let me jump to the comments. Wow, they going in. Wait a minute, hold up. So Try said if the Grammys never bothered to even include them, then they really would be pissed. Southerners need to get out of their feelings when it comes to hip hop. They always feel slighted by something. Ooh, Southerners, hip hop. All right, let's see what else Try said. He said without Scarface, there wouldn't be no Ghetto Boys to begin with. Willie is crying over spilled milk. Get over it. Try said everyone wasn't called to represent their groups. Method Man represented for Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang has 9 main members. She was like, Willie will be okay. And then there's a bromance going on in the comments. All right. So anyway, so Willie D, I agree with him because I agree with him because I could see how he could be upset at Scarface for going and performing a song from the Ghetto Boys catalog without the remaining members there. All right. But also Scarface is like, what's done is done. We can't go back. We can't change what happened at the Grammys. It looked like they've been doing their podcast for a long time before they even did the Grammys. And I think, man, that's another thing. If you're in this guy's face doing a podcast, it never like yeah. The thing is, Scarface performed a Ghetto Boy song, not one of his own solo tracks. That's from Try. And Chivo said, and I'm well, bro, just watching my favorite show. Hashtag Tdtv. That's Think Different TV. Always showing love. Try said, if Chuck D came on without Flavor Flav for Public Enemy, it's still Public Enemy. But it's Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav was the hype man. Like, I mean, he's the hype man. You get what I'm saying? He not like he contributed in a major way. Don't get me wrong, but he was the hype man of the group. I don't know, man. It's like I get where both sides are coming from. I feel like the moment has passed. Willie. Oh no, he wasn't. Flav had songs on those albums. You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. 911 is yes. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. See, this is not really like hip hop is not my genre, but the situation is a situation. Bit by tongue. This is a situation that has happened amongst several groups across all genres. Where is this acceptable? Should we be having groups that have had solo success within their group? Should only one of them come to a big event like this and do the group song or do a solo song? All right. Try says Spliff Star is more of a hype man than Flavor Flav. All right. Like I said, I stand corrected. Hip hop is not my strong suit. Maybe you can come on here, you can say your piece. We're actually gonna be moving on to the next segment very soon. But if you want to contribute, I'm going to post the link in the comments, and you can come on in and speak your piece on this situation, because I want to be educated. I don't want to just assume or try to guess at this thing. But I know that this has happened across genres. TLC, SWV, all these different girl groups. If there was a time where SWV was invited out to do something, or just Coco, I just think that with women is a lot different, because we think about all that stuff. We don't just be like, oh well, I'm just gonna go and perform with this joint, and I don't care what such thing. Like, we still think about that. With men, it's just like, all right, let me just go get this check real quick. And I'm thinking that performance at the Grammys, everybody should have eaten off of that if they was there or not. You get what I'm saying? For the simple fact that the song is being paid. I don't know. But definitely If you want, come on in. Come on in. Speak your piece on this. Trevo LaFareur says Lil Wayne performs Hot Boy songs, all verses sometimes. Okay. Everybody has a different, and then it's also about the relationship you have with other people in the group. Like if it's an understanding, like you're like, let's say you're really gung-ho about going out and performing, you with a group, and you're really gung-ho about going out and still performing and everything like that, but everybody else don't feel like they want to, they don't want to do that. They moved off. They moved on. They was like, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to perform anymore. And you got that. You get what I'm saying? So they're not going to be mad necessarily. I think Willie D was just mad because he's like, dude, I sit across from you at this podcast. You could have said something to me about doing the song, or at least told me. And it's like, why do I have to wait for a call from the Grammys? Why didn't you invite me? Why didn't you say, come on, they asked me to do this joint at the Grammys, come through and let's go do it together. It's really about the relationship between the group members. Do they still have beef that's not settled? Is this the reason why Scarface didn't want to invite Willie D? What if there's some stuff with Willie D that we don't even know about? What if he was to get out there to the Grammys and, act the fool? Some people still have, it's sad, but there's a lot of groups out there that still have like people with substance abuse, alcohol abuse. They can't even go on the stage or do anything without getting high or drunk first. This is the case with a lot of people, a lot of entertainers. But we don't know the full deal. Like with Scarface, maybe he was like, I'm level-headed. I'm gonna go out here. I'm just gonna go do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna head back home. How we know Willie D wouldn't have got out there, acted a fool, did all this crazy stuff, while he's out there, because it's a high. It's a high. When you are out of the spotlight for a long period of time, as an artist, when you're out there, and I know this from personal experience, when I was out there and I was doing performances and everything like that, it was a high to me. It was like, oh my gosh, people call me Lashia. People knowing my name. It was amazing. It was like I didn't ever want to let go of that feeling. I get older, I get responsibilities, I have a child, I pull back from the limelight. And now when I go out, people hardly know who I am. You get what I'm saying? But if it was an opportunity that presented itself to be like, somebody see me like, oh, snap, Lashia in the building. What's up? I am Young P. Glad to have you join us on Think Different TV. Hashtag Tdtv, sharing the love, sharing the live. My thing is that if somebody said, oh, Lashia, we see you in the crowd, you want to come here and do something, and I go up there and people like, they remember me and they're clapping and they're like cheering me on and showing me all this love, that is a freaking high. That is a high that you cannot even imagine, and that's why a lot of people, they abuse substances, because, not that I do, but a lot of people do abuse substances because they want to forever feel that high, right? So we don't know how Willie D would have been when he's out there. We don't know if they would have gotten to a fight before. We just saw at the same event, right? The same event. Quavo and Offset get into a fight. And they're like, and they just lost Takeoff, but they got into a fight backstage right before they was going to get on stage. These are young guys, and it is it's hot right now because they just lost Takeoff. Willie D and Scarface have been doing this forever and ever. It seemed like, right, for a long time, and they even have a podcast together. But there's still some things are brewing. Okay, more years, more problems, more difficulties, more drama. You get what I'm saying? And this has been a fuel to the fire that they already probably had brewing. Now, my antennas go up a little bit, right? My little antennas go up a little bit because I'm like, well, hold up. How do we know this is not all a clever marketing tool to get the focus back on the Ghetto Boys? How do we know? Right? How do we know they really have this situation going on? How do we know that it wasn't planned all along for Scarface to go out there and do that so that Willie D could have something to gripe about, therefore causing this rift and having something to discuss on their podcast? Because I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the views of the other videos on their podcast Instagram page, and these views, this particular situation is getting a lot more traction than the other podcasts that they've done. So I do have someone backstage. It's Try, but he doesn't have his camera on. Wondering why he doesn't have his camera on. Seeing if everything is okay. But yeah, so the whole thing with this is like my antennas went up. So I was like, maybe they doing all this because they're trying to bring some more attention back onto the Ghetto Boys. And any press today is good press, even negative or positive, it doesn't matter as long as you are out there and people know who you are. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to, okay, it's not allowing me to bring Try in just yet, so I'm gonna wait on that. But let's just say that this, how many of y'all think it's just a marketing ploy? How many of y'all think that this is just a way for them to get their name back out there? Like, are the Ghetto Boys really beefing over this whole Grammys thing? Because some people said, somebody in the comments said, I remember a time when, Ghetto Boys and groups alike, didn't really care about these award shows. They didn't care about, the Grammys or the Oscars or anything like that, because for majority of those 50 years, they have been outsiders. In one of the clips, Scarface made a good point. He said when he went to the Grammys, it was all love. He was happy to see a lot of the people that was there, a lot of his classmates, right? But he said that it's crazy how he was proud to see that something that started off as like a fad. Everybody thought it was just a fad. It was a it was just a something that would be in and be out, turned into something that turned out its own award show. You get what I'm saying? Now, Trevo said it could be marketing for their podcast, possibly, or could Willie D feel it? Could be Willie D feeling left out of history in a way in his mind. My thing is that also when he found out he was going to the Grammys, this is the only thing that kind of messed me up about it, because I'm with Willie D, but then it's stuff that made me go to Scarface too. Because I'm like, If you knew he was going to the Grammys, like why didn't you ask what he was going to be doing out there? That's why I said the relationship. Like if they was on, like if they was on some Kelly Rowland, Beyonce type time, they would be like, oh, well, where are you going to the Grammys? Oh, what you gonna be doing out there? Like they would chat and actually talk about what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That conversation was not had between Willie D and Scarface. And I think Willie D should have asked a little bit more questions. Scarface could have offered up the information without Willie D having to press, but at the same time, it's like they both were at fault in the long run. And I think right now, this beef, I'm guessing they had, because they still are talking very respectful to each other on the podcast, and they was discussing the situation, and Scarface was like, one thing is they wouldn't even ask. What I said, Willie D. Willie D said that they wouldn't even ask, like the Grammys. They wouldn't ask not rock and roll uh or what was the other one he said? What other genre? Rock and roll. It wasn't country. But they was like they wouldn't ask them to fit all them years of a genre into 15 minutes. And he said a lot of the times that they don't offer us more or value us because we don't value ourselves. So it was a lot that I got out of that podcast. Try is backstage. He's going to share his thoughts. Here we go.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Now I'm like I said, I'm not a hip hop. That's like not my genre. It's not my expertise. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What I
Right.
will say is that I love to be educated on, the Ghetto Boys and their contribution to hip hop. If you know of that, and also who you feel you should side with in this argument or debate when it relates to the Grammys.
I understand what Willie D is saying, that he should have gotten that phone call and be that performance, but a lot of they had, like, I believe 6 minutes it was with Questlove. I think Questlove did a phenomenal job representing each decade for hip hop. And when you look at like I mentioned, Public Enemy, like there was a time when Chuck D wasn't talking to Flavor Flav, and he is still considered the front man for Public Enemy, even if Flavor Flav was there or not. Same thing for Method Man. Method Man was there representing Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan, the main collective is 9 MCs. I didn't hear no complaints from the RZA.
Oh, you breaking up a little bit.
You
You said when it
know,
came to the Wu-Tang Clan, you didn't get there wasn't a lot of feedback from RZA or who else?
Can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's like you're going in and out. It's the connection. It's the connection.
Um,
It's definitely the connection. Yeah, we're going to get it together, Trevo. But continue what you're saying, because I think you're
hear me?
fixing. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little. It's real bad. Go out and come back in. You might need a hanger and some aluminum foil to improve your connection. You might need aluminum foil and a hanger, man, because you going in and out, in and out, in and out. But I get what you're saying. Like all the other groups that were invited to be there were people to represent them, and it could also be a budget thing. It could also be a budget thing. The Grammys was like, yeah, we're not gonna be paying for 100 billion people to be on stage. You know, this is not We Are the World. You get what I'm saying? So there probably was a little bit of that too. So that's why they was like inviting one of each group. But listen, that's all I really had to say about the music discussion. Try is actually going to be back during our Jeopardy portion anyway, so I figure I'll just wait until then, and then he can give his she was the element. No, laughing my ass off. I'm dead. Willie D wasn't in the budget. He probably wasn't. They probably could only afford Scarface. Listen, I'm Young P said, man, these white folks got that bag. Not for us. They got the bag, but that don't mean they want to share. You gotta think about it. Like the Grammys are the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And when they putting together everything and they getting all the acts together to capture people's attention, they probably thought that a hip hop, a 30-minute hip hop tribute was not going to boost the ratings. It's always bad enough people ain't even watching the Grammys as it is. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even see none of the Grammys. Okay, I didn't see it. I see little clips here and there on Instagram. I didn't watch it. I just thought it was interesting how, because first the first post I saw was of Willie D, like, coming at the Grammys and saying how you didn't, how you just invite Scarface, and people was under there like, oh, you boohoo crying, and Scarface was the Ghetto Boys, this and the third. And I don't think that's fair either. Cause I'm like, I wouldn't want to be part of a group and like, do y'all go around saying Beyonce is Destiny's Child? Like, do y'all really go around saying she was Destiny's Child? Because Beyonce wasn't Destiny's Child. Okay? Beyonce wasn't. I stand firm on it because she was all right, but it wasn't like she was doing it all by herself. She needed those harmonies. She needed all of that. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't she wasn't as vocally advanced as she is now. Back then, everybody was coming into their voices. You listen to the old recordings of Destiny's Child with Beyonce on it. She wasn't nearly half the beat she is today. So everybody, exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm Young P said they all needed each other. Like even Ghetto Boys, like it wasn't Ghetto Boy, it was Ghetto Boys. It was multiple of them. You get what I'm saying? So for people to say, oh, Scarface was Ghetto Boys, I think that's a little bit of that's just a diss to the other members of the group that were there. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Do y'all say Tretch was naughty by nature? No. Like, y'all don't. So stop it. Stop saying it. Cause y'all really, cause that's also going to cause a divide too. Y'all know it's not even a lot of times it's not even like the artists themselves. It be the fans that get into the minds of these artists too. Um, I'm Young Peace said it's not a team without everyone helping. Absolutely, absolutely. So Try is back. I'm adding him to the stream. What's up, Try? What's up? What's up?
My bad. My bad. Yeah, I was saying, just be glad that they even include. I'm not saying ghetto boys. I'm saying because I feel like, being in these different hip hop discussions that especially when it comes to the South, the Southern hip hop artists, when it comes to the ghetto boys, they feel like they've been slighted, especially by the East Coast and New Yorkers. But the fact that the Grammys even did this for hip hop for us, 50 years, and we're still the biggest movement, on represent the Ghetto Boys. He was doing a Ghetto Boys song. My Mom Playing Tricks on Me. That's on the Ghetto Boys first album. He wasn't doing a Scarface song. Even acknowledge the Ghetto Boys and including them within the celebration. That's the bigger picture that I think Willie D and everyone else is forgetting. They're looking at it like, oh well, Willie D wasn't there and this wasn't there. Dad, De La Soul, rest in peace to Trugoy. He just passed away. He wasn't able to make
Yeah.
the ceremonies, and he had Noose there, and Paz the Noose, he represented De La Soul well. And I feel like when you look at Black Thought, he represented the Roots. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear Questlove and the Roots band complaining that, oh well, they wasn't a part of it. It was just Black Thought and Questlove, because we know as hip hop fans that they represent that group that we love so much, that we grew up on. So that's my whole thing. It's like, instead of complaining about why you wasn't there, just be glad that they even acknowledge your group a part of this whole thing. Because they could have, if they didn't call it Ghetto Boys, then people would still be pissed off about that. They would be like, oh well, how come you ain't there? You got the Roots, you got De La Soul. Where's the Ghetto Boys? Where's the South at? They acknowledge y'all and you're still complaining. That's my whole thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, I I'm listening to your point of view, and I agree with you on some points and everything like that. And yes, they should be happy that they were acknowledged. I think the whole thing about Willie D is that it wasn't the same situation with De La Soul that it is with their group. You get what I'm saying? Willie D sits across from the table from Scarface time and time again doing the Ghetto Boys podcast. And I
Right.
think he felt some type of way because I see you every day, dude. It's not he.
Right.
I don't think Willie D felt like they was at odds where he couldn't tell him what was going on.
Okay, but
And
if okay, but even if that was the case, what
mhm.
did the I mean did he's saying that Scarface should have told him? 'Cause, I mean, what if the Grammys only wanted Scarface there to represent the group and not Willie D? That's the thing. It's like, even if, what if Scarface wanted him there, but Grammys was like, nah, we don't want him there. We want you there to represent your group. That's what I'm saying. Like they call Method Man to represent Wu-Tang. Maybe they just wanted Method Man there because he's like the recognizable face of the group over that. You know what I'm saying? It's like people gotta think about that instead of like, okay, you seen the clip and then you on Willie D's side, but you might not know behind the scenes what went on. Maybe the Grammys felt like they wanted Scarface just there to represent the.
Yep.
You know
And
what I'm
I
saying?
said
If he
that
didn't go because he wanted.
I said maybe it wasn't in their budget. It's bad
Right.
enough they
No,
already
but I'm
given 50
saying
years
like,
of hip hop 15 minutes. You feel me?
right,
So they probably didn't have the budget for
right,
everybody to be there.
right. And what if he felt like, I want to have Willie D with me, but then it's like the Grammys don't want him there. They just want me to represent the group. What am I gonna do? If he don't show up, then it's like, oh damn, you had a chance to represent the Ghetto Boys in this monumental thing, and you never showed up. So we don't know
Mm.
what happened behind the scenes. Maybe it could have been something like that, and then he just felt like, yo, like, I'm gonna go on there by myself, and I'm gonna represent the Ghetto Boys. I'm not gonna do anything from my own solo albums. I'm gonna do a Ghetto Boys joint because I represent the group. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different ways to look at it, and you know what? That makes sense as well. You know, he probably did a Ghetto Boy song because he's like, I'm here to represent the group. I'm not here to represent myself in this solo moment, you know, and that makes a lot of sense as well. You know, at this point in time and at the age that they are, I don't think this should have been a long drawn out thing with them. But that's why I said this is a good way to bring attention to their podcast, because they have a podcast and they've been doing this podcast for a significant amount of time. And like I said, when I look at the views on these videos as opposed to the views on the other videos that they've been doing, these people love drama. They love negative. They love negativity. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not even negativity, even if it's just them having a discussion, a debate over something that's personal, maybe this was the thing to break the ice to bring them back out into the public eye. You know, we never know. Let me look at the comments real quick. Tribalafire says time slots made an impact. Sharing stage time is difficult when it's only originally for one artist. And then he also said for that specific slot, Scarface filled it. So
I felt like it was way too short. Like 6 minutes is not enough time for a celebration that you're doing for something as big as hip hop for 50 years. I think it should have been towards the end of the show where, you know, give them like 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes where, you know, you get all the important words out of like the last slot for the celebration. I think it was just too short. But even within that short time, I think they did a phenomenal job just covering every decade and even including some of the new artists in there. I think they, you know, that was a great thing to see. That was the best part of the award show for me on the Grammy night.
And I'm sure it was the best part for a lot of people who, you know, are into that genre. You know, I'm sure some people was like, let me go cook my food while this is on. You know, some people was doing other stuff, but I'm glad that they were able to get a shine because Scarface, like I said just before we was able to get you back on, you know, before you even came on, Scarface was happy that this thing called hip hop, which was once a fad, is now gaining the attention. And all of those artists that participated, now they might have new fans in the younger crowd. You never know.
Right.
Never know. Trevo said, I'm not sure, y'all, but I believe Quest made a statement saying it will be a 1 to 2 hour event that will showcase it coming up on HBO or something soon. Okay, so maybe we were just getting a little taste. And then they're going to have something on HBO coming up soon. I'll watch it. You know, I like to see
that's what they need.
I like to see how everything came to be.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was
That's
there.
what they need. I know they're gonna be like planning like different like concerts and events the whole year for the whole celebration. So that's what they need. They need like a 2-hour event where everyone is celebrated from all regions and all coasts and, you know, different eras, you know, including the new artists now. So
and I think they should do it in the Apollo Theater.
Yeah, that would be great. For sure.
Apollo Theater would be nice for them to do that. With Ray Chu and the crew playing Questlove and all of them getting together and doing that would be hot. That would be hot. It's just sad that, you know, it's some pioneers that, you know, were part of the whole experience, well, part of the legacy, weren't there to, you know, see it come to fruition, like Jam Master Jay. You know, there's a lot of people that contributed in a major way to hip hop that weren't there to see it. And now what's going to happen in the coming years? Are we going to get to a point where there's a tribute to the rap culture of today? Never know. Remains to be seen.
I think it's too early. Yeah, I think it's too early to tell for some of them. Like I already see Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole on their way to being great, and I think in 15 years we'll see where a lot of these other artists are.
Absolutely. So actually, you can stick around, Try, because I want to actually jump into my financial discussion, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, here we go. Well, that was our music discussion. If y'all have any comments y'all want to leave, make sure y'all watch the replay of Think Different TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment, hashtag replay. If you watch the replay, share all your comments below. I would love to know what y'all think about the topic thus far, the hot topic. Could you be with your significant other if they don't get along with your immediate family? That was our topic of discussion for today. I'm gonna throw that up there. My significant other or my family. We also had we have my sponsor. I want to shout out my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can contact Captain at 267-707-8279. Make sure y'all continue to tune in to Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. All right, so we're going to jump into the financial segment of this. And it's just simply a question that I wanted to throw out there for you guys. It's not necessarily a tip, it's just a question. So you have a red pill, you have a blue pill. The red pill will give you $1 million tax-free. The blue pill will give you a perfect credit score. What are you going with? Try. What you doing?
I'm going with the red pill.
Going with the red pill. So you want that $1 million tax-free?
Yes.
So I think it's quite a conundrum, because it's like, if you have perfect credit, if you have like just a little bit of money, you can make some things happen. You don't have to, you can get a lot of things done because you have a perfect credit score. You can get a house and put down like a $700 down payment, and get a house. Right. You don't need a lot of money when it comes to something like that. Having $1 million, I think if you are not good at money management, you can still end up in the hole. So I would love to just get that perfect credit score, because I'm like this. I know how to manage money, but if I'm being completely real with myself, if I got $1 million, and it all depends on how much debt you have already. You think about all that and you're like, well, wait a minute, I could take this pill and all my debt will be erased, basically. Because in order to have a perfect credit score, all your debt is gone. You owe nobody. And it'd be tragic to have that $1 million and have to pay it to someone because you still got debt. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was just like, I was up there. I would have took the $1 million too, But then I was thinking about it. I was like, well, dang, wait a minute. I'll still be in debt. I still have bills I have to pay. Not saying you don't have bills to pay when you have a perfect credit score. I'm talking about like as far as loans, credit cards, all that stuff. Can you imagine if all the stuff in your credit history was just wiped away and you had a perfect credit score right now?
I mean,
I think at this
I
point in
don't know.
time,
I think I would.
I stress more about my credit score than how much cash I have. It's weird, but I'm like, if I want to make anything happen, I got to make sure my credit score is good. I just got
Right.
to the point where I can look at certain properties so I can start getting my house, you know,
Yeah.
and that's a big deal. So even if I don't have the money just yet, I know that I'm at least putting myself in a position where I'm becoming debt free. So when I do get my home, all I gotta do is worry about paying for is my home.
Right. I agree.
So let me look at the comments. Let me see what people say. Red or blue pill? First off, okay, all right. I'm Young P said, give me the red pill. He wants to get that $1 million. All right. She was said, give me the money. All right. He said, if you got money, you can clean your credit and still have money. Okay. All right. Chivo said, I don't trust the current American government or their credit. LOL. Conspiracy theories. And then IMP said doesn't equal $1 million. Chiva said, I'm gonna take the money and buy a new identity. New guy, no debt, no problem. I think you're gonna need more than $1 million, honey, because I watch Breaking Bad, and you're gonna definitely need more than $1 million to get a new identity, honey.
Wow.
You're gonna need more than that. I watch Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. I know it costs more than that. To just wipe yourself off the face of the earth and be a whole new person. Oh yes. Oh yes. So that was my financial question of the night. All of you guys out there watching, if you're watching the replay, what is your answer? Is it the red pill, the blue pill, or you just not a pill popper? We don't know. Just leave your comments below. Red pill equals the $1 million tax free. The blue pill equals perfect credit. Try said he was going to do the red pill. I said I'll take the blue pill. Because I'd rather be debt free than get money tax free that I'm going to eventually have to give up anyway to pay my debts. It all depends on where you are in life too. Because like if you're young and you don't have no debt yet, then you're gonna take that $1 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Chiva said I'm gonna need an RV too. All right. I hope you don't be making nothing blue up in that RV. All right, let me bring this chair up. I don't know why this chair keeps sinking. Am I just that heavy? I don't know. It's crazy. I'll be sitting here and then as soon as it just be like, I probably gotta tighten something on my chair. But we're gonna go into the last segment of the night. It is 10:05. I'm sure we can wrap it up by 10:20. I have this amazing Jeopardy tonight. It was actually supposed to be done last week, but someone wasn't on here. So yeah, we had to cancel it. But it's fictional couples Jeopardy. Do you know these couples that stood the test of time? All right. Because last week was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was on Tuesday, and the show was on the 13th. So I wanted to do something special for Valentine's Day. I don't know if anybody else wants to come into the fray and challenge the champ, and take the crown from him, because what we're doing tonight is fictional couples Jeopardy. Let me see something real quick. What's on the line? $20 cash ad. There are 21 questions. 21 questions, 5 of each point group, and then one final Jeopardy question. How does this work? Okay, every time you do the Jeopardy on my show, you must answer in the form of a question. If you do not answer in the form of a question, it will be wrong. Even if you're right, you're wrong. Like if I say the color of the sky is this, you say, what is blue? That way you know, we good. But don't give someone else a chance to steal because you just blurted out the answer, but you didn't put it in question form. Now, I'm Young P always be talking trash, like he said he gonna get on here one day. Come on, Trevo, we done with the cooking up. You took about cooking up in the camper. Stop it. Stop it. We're not talking about the blue stuff tonight. All right, so let's not take too much time. I don't see anybody stepping up just yet. I did put the link in the comments. I'll post the link again. That way you guys will know where we're at, what we're doing, where to come in at. I'll give it about, I'm gonna put the timer on it. If ain't nobody on here by the end of the timer, I'm just gonna rock out with Try tonight. And we just gonna do what we usually do. All right. Is that okay, Try?
Yep, that's cool.
All right, I'm gonna put the counter on. Here we go. All right, well, didn't nobody join in, so here we go. We're just gonna run through the questions, Try. We're gonna get you as much money as possible, okay?
I'm gonna try my
I'm
best.
gonna go into 17 questions. So we're just gonna do 17 questions tonight. And I'm gonna add up the point values, and whatever you have by the end of this is what you're gonna get in your cash app. You ready?
Cool, yeah.
All right, here we go. 100-point question or answer. Sorry, 100-point answer. Real life married couple, a redhead and Cuban band leader, played these two characters on a hit TV sitcom in the 50s.
Who is Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz Jr.?
I'm looking for the characters' names.
Who is Lucy? Lucy?
Mm-hmm.
Lucy. Who is Lucy? I Love Lucy?
I'm looking for both the characters' names, so the man and the woman.
Who is Ricky and Lucy?
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let me write that down. So what I'm looking for is the fictional character's name.
Okay.
All right. So you on the board with 100 points. All right. Next 100-point answer. Oh, I didn't even put up the picture of Lucy and I think that's such a pretty picture of them.
Yeah, it is.
Here's the next 100-point answer. On Full House, these two became our favorite aunt and uncle.
Who is Aunt Becky and Uncle Jesse?
There you go. Jesse and Becky. They was a spicy couple, man. I'll tell you. They used to be getting it in on the show. They did, though.
They did.
They was getting it in. All right. This cartoon couple from Springfield have been together for over 30 years.
Who is Marge and Homer Simpson?
Marge and Homer Simpson. Absolutely. That is. Look at that. All right. Last 100-point answer. This couple moved on up to the east side.
Who is George and Wheezy Jefferson?
Who is George and Wheezy? All right. You decimated that 100-point. Here we go. We're going to go into our 200-point answers. All right. Wait a minute. Hold up, man. Something's out of whack. I got it. I got it. No worries. These two friends were on again, off again, and ended up having a baby by the end of it all. And who is Rachel and Ross?
I knew the Ross part. I didn't know. I forgot her name. Rachel.
All right. Next question. Next answer. I'm sorry. Times were anything but good for this couple living in the projects with their 3 children.
Who is Flo and James?
Flo and James Evans. Yup.
Evans. Yeah.
Yup. All right. Next 200-point answer. These two reunite after 17 years of the woman doing time in prison while an empire was being built.
Who is Cookie and Lucius?
Who is Cookie and Lucius? I gotta do what's best for me, Lucius. I gotta do what's best for me. All right, last 200-point answer. All right, here we go. Perhaps one of the most iconic couples of our time. When these two finally got married, Babyface sang at the wedding.
Who is Martin and Gina?
Who is Martin and Gina? You got it just in time. Got it just in time, brother. All right. You have cleared almost the 200-point answers. It's going to get harder. Here we go. First 300-point answer. Okay, here we go. In the spinoff, Girl Meets World, these two were the parents of the main character.
Who is Topanga and Cody?
Nah, and it is Corey and Topanga.
Okay.
Corey and Topanga. All right, next 300-point answer. Not often a vampire slayer and a vampire fall in love, but these two made it happen.
Who is Buffy and Spike?
Ooh, no. I was looking for Buffy and Angel.
Okay.
Buffy and Angel.
I forgot they were together.
Oh, but I forgot about Spike.
Yeah, because she was with Spike too.
She was with Spike too.
Yeah.
But Angel was more. Spike was still like, rough around the edges. He was more like a Slytherin, and Angel was more like a Hufflepuff. Right. Did I say that right? I don't know. I'm not really big into Harry Potter, but I know that
Hogwarts. You talking about?
Yeah. Spike had the blonde, spiky hair. You know what I'm saying? So that made me think of a Slytherin. Main sister, so next 300-point answer. Leah Remini and Kevin James were so cute together as these two characters in King of Queens. I'm sorry.
Man.
And who is Doug and Carrie? Doug and Carrie. All right, here we go. Last 300-point answer. The Office hadn't been the same since Michael left, and these two got married. One. And Who is Jim and Pam?
I never watched that show, The Office.
Jim and Pam. Let's look at the comments. Oh, Cheevel said, King of Queens, my fave show to this day. All right. Here we go. Now we're going into the 400-point answers. All right. A love story within. Oh, yeah. Okay. A love story within a love story. These two were married on How I Met Your Mother. And who is Marshall and Lily?
Okay.
All right. Here's the next one. Finally, these two tied the knot in the 2008 film Sex and the City. And who is Carrie and Big?
Wow.
You like, why are you giving me all the white couples? I don't know.
Oh man.
It was like, what is going on? All right. Next 400-point answer. In the midst of a zombie apocalypse on The Walking Dead, these two found love. Unfortunately, Negan killed one of them by bashing the head in.
Who is Glenn and Maggie?
Who is Glenn and Maggie? So y'all brought it back for you.
Yeah.
Y'all brought it back
Yes.
for you. All right. And that was so sad, yo.
Yeah, it was.
He turned around with his eye popping out of his head, talking some, I will find you, Maggie.
I didn't want him to die like that, though.
I was bawling, okay?
Yeah.
I was bawling.
It's crazy.
And it's so crazy because I haven't seen Walking Dead in a long time before that episode.
Right.
I remember when Angela died.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when, I remember when the mayor got his eye knocked out by Michonne. I remember all of those.
Right.
But then it was a period of time where I was not watching. And then everybody was like, yo, you see the new episodes with Negan? Yo, he crazy. Da, 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 da. And it just so happened that the one episode I decided to tune into again, that happened. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was not expecting it. It was a hurt piece. All right, here we go. Last 400-point answer. This man and his wife share the same love as his parents, Jack and Rebecca, on the drama series This Is Us. And who are Randall and Beth? Who are Randall and Beth? And I was like, ladies, if you hear me, if you watch the replay of this, right? If my man don't look at me like Randall is looking at Beth in this picture, throw the whole man away.
Oh man.
It's like he is in love with you. Do you see the electricity?
Yeah.
She's like in the corner of her eye, she know he looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
But she like, I'm too shy to look back. And he's like, yeah, girl, you know I want you.
Oh man.
I was just, I don't know anymore. All right, here we go. I'm gonna total it up. We're at 800. So you have 1,400 points. 1,400 points. How much would you like to wager for the final Jeopardy?
I'm gonna wager 200.
200.
Yeah.
All right. We're going into the final Jeopardy, y'all. Here we go. All right. You guys have pen and paper?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Insecure started with this couple and ended with this couple, much to everyone's chagrin. Again, Insecure started with this couple and ended with this couple, much to everyone's chagrin. Here we go. Boom. It's a little shorter because it's only you today. So, so I'm going to read the answer again. Insecure started with this couple and ended with this couple, much to everyone's chagrin. What's your answer? Who is Lawrence and Issa? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Yes, it was those two. Not too many people were happy about that ending.
Big show.
Because there was just too much going on between them. It was such a toxic relationship. And they still ended up together. So, shout out to them because they, they made it. I think they was married, they got married or something like that, or engaged or something like that at the end. But it started off rocky, and I'm sure there's still more rocks to come. Rocks. So that brings your total up to 1,600. But you know what? I appreciate you for being a good sport tonight. So you're gonna get that $20 cash app. Thank you so much. Try. You pulled through. You got that final Jeopardy at the end. I was a little nervous, and I was about to switch it up on you because I was like, you don't know nothing white couple, so I'm about to give a white couple again. I was like, no, I won't keep the final Jeopardy to this thing. As soon as I said Insecure, you started writing. I was like, let me find out this dude. He's like, I don't watch this, but I
watched that. That was my show on Sunday nights. I definitely didn't miss it. So
okay. Yeah. He was like, I know it's Lawrence and Issa, man. Yeah. I was mad about the ending too. Right. So next week I'm going to do couples in real life. So it's not gonna be fictional couples, it's gonna be real life couples, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in next week to our to Think Different TV period, because we're gonna have an amazing hot topic. We're gonna have an awesome music discussion as well as financial tip, and always gonna have a very fun Jeopardy. So tune in next week. I appreciate you so much, Try, for dropping in and being a participant this week. Hopefully you'll be here next week, because last week left me by myself. And I was like, well, I guess we just go have to end the show.
I was doing a live stream last week. That's why, I was already on a live stream. I'm like, damn, I missed it.
What was the live stream about?
We were talking about the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl halftime show with Rihanna, and a lot of people gave their feedback on it. Some liked it, some didn't like it. So that's why I was on so late. And then when I came off of it, your show had already ended. So. And
it was funny because I was talking about her halftime show too on my show, but it was very short and sweet, to the point. Talked about the songs that she did, but just to add to that, because it was a lot of things she did in her halftime show that a lot of people overlooked because they were so busy. I was so mad because some people was like, you see how she touched her crouch and then she smelled it? And I was like, y'all really gonna harp on that? Can we talk about how genius she is to, in the middle of her performance, have one of the dancers hand her a Fenty makeup thing? She's promoting her makeup brand on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
She announced her pregnancy on the Super Bowl.
Facts.
I don't even know of anybody in the history of Super Bowls that was pregnant during a halftime show.
Facts.
I don't know of anybody else that did it. You know, I could be wrong, but I did look through the other halftime shows and I didn't see nobody else pregnant. Michael Jackson damn sure wasn't pregnant during his Super Bowl performance, you know. So yeah, so I'm just like, a lot of people hated on her, but I felt like she did what she, you know, and if you guys want to see more of what I thought about her halftime performance, please tune into the replay of last week's show, in which the topic was, geez, what was the topic? I can't even think of it right now. Men, you know, selective on who to marry, but not on who to carry their babies.
Right.
You know, that was the topic last week. But again, thank you so much, Try. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week.
Yes, I'll be here. Peace.
All right. So, guys, that concludes Think Different TV this week. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Shout out once again to our sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can contact Captain at 267-707-8279. We will see you all next week on Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. I will see you all next week. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of what I've shown you tonight. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Ashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I